King Said So YouTube channel, covering sports from around the world. Car reviews, all you need to know about the cars. Trending news and hot topics. Monthly motivational talks. Follow me on my social media handles. See you soon.
Say to some of the people who say, you know what, we love what the EFF is doing, but the manner in which their leader speaks about foreigners, so to speak, somehow dissuades us. Don't vote for me. I don't want that vote. I don't want a xenophobic vote. I love my African people. The same way I love my mother and my grandmother. I'm in love with Africans. Africans are hated everywhere. You go to America, the black skin is a source of hatred. You go to UK, a black skin is a source of hatred. You're asking me to join in the hatred of black people. I know what the hatred of my skin did during apartheid. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be asked that I should stand at the border, at the fence between Limpopo and Zimbabwe and block a mother who's carrying a child, only crossing to get a medication in Musina and going back to Zimbabwe because there is a problem in Zimbabwe. I refuse to join that chorus. And if that will not make me the president of this country, I'm happy that let me die with my conscience being clear that being a president who has emerged through selling out his own soul. Nobody asked me to feel like this. Yeah. I feel very strongly about black people. I feel very strong about African continent. And I would rather not be a president because I know for a fact that this is an establishment that is spreading this anti-blackness that we experience everywhere else. It's not true. There's jobs in the restaurants. There's Lesotho women who are working in our houses. Our sisters don't want to work there. They've gone to schools. They want quality jobs. Not that they look down on these jobs. They are saying, I cannot, with a diploma, with N6, with qualifications, go and be a domestic worker. We want more. Who wants to go and work and be paid with wine in the Cape Farms? Who wants to do that of South Africans? Let me and you take trucks and buses now and go and fetch those foreigners who are working there during harvesting season in the Cape wines. Let's go and take them and let's see what's going to happen to those Cape wines. All of those grapes are going to get rotted because our people will never agree to work in exchange for wine. Never will I. Nothing will persuade me, not the results of the elections, not a gun on my head, not any form of intimidation will persuade me to hate on black people. I will never hate on Africans, not even for votes. Do not vote for me if you don't love Africans and you want me to hate them.
Good day, boys and girls. It's your boy King053, Mr. Easy Money, and we're back at it again with another reaction to a video from Julius Malema. And Julius Malema had a classical Julius Malema type of a response to a question about the presenter or the interviewer asked him, how do you feel about people saying they like the EFF but they don't like EFF or Malema's views about foreigners? And for me, let's digest this question quickly. The presenter and the interviewer knows what Malema stands for in terms of his, I want to say, Pan-Africanism spirit. And Malema has always voiced out from the ANC days up to now his support and his love for black Africans, and does not support the division of Africa as a country, because Africa is a country, a big country that has been turned into a continent that is now separated into small countries. And that question was trying to trap Malema to see if Malema will change his views on Africans, because it is within South Africa. Those who don't know, in South Africa we have something called xenophobic attacks, and that is black South Africans killing other foreign Nigerians, Zimbabweans, and what you have Zambians, Lesotho, whatever, guys that are not from originally in South Africa, and we feel like they are taking out our space, they're taking our jobs, and they just causing problems. In other places, in other instances, in cases, you will find that it's true that Nigerians are selling drugs in the locations, cases, what you call townships, and Somalis are also selling drugs or selling counterfeit goods, or smuggling, whatever it is. But the debate that Malema made was, when you look at the vast majority of people committing crime in South Africa is South Africans. South Africans are doing the cash and heist. South Africans are robbing banks. South Africans are doing the raping. South Africans are doing the robbing. South Africans are doing the killing. And that is a fact. And now this is the reason why I like Malema. And I've said, I agree with Malema in most points. If you watch my other videos with Malema versus Ntlantla, this is the one reason why I lean more to Malema than Ntlantla. And I know Ntlantla is not xenophobic, don't get me wrong, but Ntlantla does not voice his support for Africans the way Malema does. With Ntlantla, it's with a condition. Is let me help my people first, and then I can help you. With Malema is they are my people, so I'm helping them. He's making even an example that I love them the way I love my grandmother. If you know Malema and his grandmother, you know how deep that love is. Anyone knows how deep a grandchild's love is for their grandmother, because in African terms, our grandmothers are actually the people that raise us, okay? So the first thing that comes out of Malema's mouth, he says, keep your vote, don't vote for me. Because I'm not going to dilly-dally about this thing of Africans. I'm not going to stop a Zimbabwean woman pregnant, carrying a child, looking for medical care, crossing the Musina border in Limpopo, trying to look for medical care, and maybe they'll go back because they've got problems in their country. I also see, I 100% see the same. I don't look at immediately I see a black person. For me, I just see my cousin, my extended family, Nigerian, Senegalese, and I've got a lot of friends in fact, one of my biggest friend, Francisco Sosanto, from Angola, he's now in Cape Town. When he came into South Africa, when was this? Quite a few years ago, maybe 7 years, 8 years ago. He couldn't even speak English because in Angola they speak Portuguese. I had to learn Portuguese and he had to learn English. So he was teaching me while I was teaching him. And it was such a joyful, painful experience to know that an African brother speaks Portuguese and that's his first language. And that's how much the colonizers got us, guys. And now the video tse ke di irang mo YouTube noma ngikhuluma ngani ngikhuluma ngesilungu. I'm not speaking Tsonga, my father's language, and whatever mos sisangani xilungu. I'm not speaking Pedi, ke Mopedi, and I'm not speaking Ndebele. Ngoba isiNdebele ngisaraka njengelimi langekhethu. Ngikhulele eMhlanga kwaNdebele. Ezinkosini, so isiNdebele ngingathi ilimi ilimi ebesilikhuluma masikhula. And I'm fortunate that I can speak all South African languages quite fluently, including Shona, and Taura Shona, Mbichana, and Swahili, of which I think Swahili should be the when we speak about one Africa, one language, I feel like Swahili should be that one language, because it's Nguni to me. It has a strong resemblance to Tsonga, Zulu, Xhosa, Ndebele, Swati, Shona. It will be so much easy for one Africa, one language will unite Africans more than anything else. Let's take out Afrikaans out of our schools. And there is a video I might do after this where a black brother like myself who knows Afrikaans, and my Afrikaans is also good. I got Afrikaans in laer school and hoërskool geleer, so my Afrikaans is not so bad. But this brother's Afrikaans, I think, is much better than mine, and he's speaking that why is it that we must bring apartheid all the time when we're speaking. I'll cover that video. I'll probably do it next, or I'm just thinking of a way to respond to him, because for me it has a deeper meaning to it. So Malema for me, and I'm not even speaking about the EFF, and I hope they follow him 100% into this ideology that one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, and one Africa, one Muntu, because we basically all Bantus. So I just love that about the commander, chief in commander, or whatever they call him, CIC. So I liked it. I like that about Malema, and we should look at it that way. That's how I feel. I know other people have obviously bad experiences with some foreigners in our land, South Africa, but how many more people have got equally and more bad experience about South Africans? Because I believe South Africans are one of the most, I almost want to say the most heartless Africans there is. I don't know. I'll have to check and compare. But I haven't traveled that much, so let me not make that statement, because I've only been in South Africa. But I can tell you, in South Africa, the only soft tribe is the Tswana people in Northern Cape. I stay in Northern Cape, so I know when there was xenophobic attacks in South Africa, there was a year, I can't remember which year, it should be 2019, 2018, where Pakistanis and Somalis were attacked in every province except for the Northern Cape. You understand what I'm saying? Except for the Northern Cape. So Tswana people are the softest people you can get. I don't have to speak about Zulus, I don't have to speak about Ndebeles. If you stayed in KwaNdebele, Pedi is the same. Xhosa, Sothos, everyone else in South Africa have got a violent nature in them. Some you have to take it out, but some it just comes out automatically. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I wanted to react to that, to say, guys, I love how Malema speaks about Africans, and I think this type of videos is videos that should trend, and I cut this specific clip just so that we can learn from this brilliant young man, Mr. Julius Malema. I think his name is Sello, and it touched me when I saw that. It gave me hope. You will not hear any other political party in South Africa speaking like this about foreigners. You will never hear any other political party, because like he said, people buy votes trying to play popular because they want to play to emotions. But we as Africans must remember where we come from. We as Africans must remember the hate, the division, the rapes, the slavery, the taking out of our land, the everything that happened to us as Africans. And you heard Malema say, how can I hate on an African brother when the African brother, because of the color of their skin, they are hated in America, they are hated in China, they are hated in Europe, they are hated everywhere. Now here in Africa, where they're supposed to be loved, then it is us Africans who hate on other Africans. Come on, people, come on, let's be real. So thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you guys think about this. I really enjoyed the interview. Many things, like I said, that I like about Malema. This is the one thing that I like most about Malema. There's other things that I disagree with him because I don't like politicians. I don't think we have so many empty promises from politicians. And 2024, South Africa will be going to the polls again. And I'll be keeping this in mind. I don't know who I'm going to vote for, but I'll be keeping this in mind because I'm let me not say that, but let me say I'll be keeping this in mind and watching the other political parties very closely on what they will be saying building up to the 2024 elections. I think Zimbabwe are going to their elections and Nigeria later this year. I think June, July, somewhere there, if not September, October, August, September, somewhere there. We're watching, we're living because Africa is one. We must be informed on what is happening in Africa and participate on our social media, raise awareness to our African brothers, check what is going on, how their politicians are building up their manifestos and everything, campaigns, so we can learn and see which African leader is the best, so we can learn from them. But here in South Africa, when we talk about Pan-Africanism, when we talk about pro-black and protecting our brothers in Africa, no one does it better than Malema. It's your boy King 053, and you know if it's true, you're gonna hear it in this channel 053. Please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a like if you like the video, and if you have something to say, go on the comment and flow. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Love you guys.